How's it going, everyone? Kayla Lumity here, and today we're going to be talking about DreamWorks Kart Racing. This is a kart racing game for the Nintendo Switch. It's also on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, and hopefully it controls better on those platforms than it does on the Nintendo Switch. But before we get into the review, please hit that like button, subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. I try to put a new video game review out every Friday, and I have been pretty consistent with that. Hopefully I can keep that schedule going. So let's go ahead and get right into the review. So DreamWorks Allstar Kart Racing is a game that I actually have been pretty excited for. I didn't pick it up at launch because I didn't want to pay that much for the game. It was only a $40 release, but I was just kind of waiting for it to drop a little bit. I figured it would be $20 before I knew it, and it actually dropped even less than that. It actually ended up being $10 brand new at Walmart. So when I saw it for that for the Nintendo Switch, I was just like, yeah, I think now's the time to pick it up. And honestly, I kind of wish I would have picked it up for a different system, just because on the Switch it does not run very well, especially in docked mode. In handheld mode, I actually really didn't notice any problems, but for some reason in docked mode, this game's performance is bad. It has a lot of slowdown. It has a lot of issues. In fact, the only issue that I saw that actually was on both handheld and docked mode, the only issue that I saw that like crossed both of those playstyles, was randomly your cart will hit like an imaginary pixel almost, and it will just dead stop in the middle of a race, and you'll have to like basically reset the gas and like let go of the gas and press the gas button again to start going again. I haven't figured out why it does that yet. It just does that randomly, and it happened to me multiple times, and it was so annoying whenever that happened. This game, it does not perform well. So I have to get that out of the way first. So if you're picking up this game, keep that in mind. Keep in mind that on the Nintendo Switch, it's not the best performing game out there. It's kind of rough. It is rough around the edges. In fact, even its looks in docked mode, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look great. In handheld mode, it doesn't look too bad. In docked mode, it's pretty rough, honestly. But if you can look past that, you have an okay racing game here. It's kind of the problem here, right? You got bad performance, and you also have a racing game that's kind of just okay. It's not a great racing game. It's kind of hard to even call this a good racing game. It's just okay. It's not the worst racing game I've ever played. It's not the best. It's just kind of there. It has a lot of interesting characters. It has a lot of good characters, actually. It has Shrek in it, has Puss in Boots, has Megamind. I know a lot of people like Megamind. I still haven't seen that movie. One day I will. Has Alex from Madagascar in it. It has Poe and Tigress and King Julian. It even has a couple characters from the bad guys, which is really cool. The bad guys didn't get a video game, unfortunately, but at least they're in this game, At least they did put them in something finally. And it even has characters from How to Train Your Dragon, which is really cool. It has Donkey. Everyone loves Donkey. And it has some odd choices as well. It has a couple characters from Trolls in it, and they're not like fan favorites either. So I don't really know why they're in it. It also has a character from Boss Baby in it. Again, those movies weren't really well liked, so I don't really know why they're in it. And it also has a final unlockable character that's a real head scratcher, and we'll get into that here in a minute. But for the most part, it has a pretty good cast in it, and the racing is pretty unique. It has some unique ideas when it comes to the racing. There's a very heavily music theme going on here, very heavy music theme going on here, where you collect music notes, and the more music notes you collect, basically, you will attract trolls to your car. The little tiny trolls from the movie, they will hop on your car, and then as you collect music notes, if you max out your music bar, they will give you a special power-up each time you do that. So it's a unique idea. I haven't seen it really done before, and I thought it was interesting, and I didn't really mind it. I thought it was kind of cool to see something different like that, and overall the execution of it was done pretty well, so that wasn't too bad either. And then, of course, there are just the random power-ups that you can pick up on the course also that you can just pick up. And there's a lot of shortcuts that you can find also. And the shortcuts are kind of interesting too. They're like these harps, and as soon as you hit the harp, it will create like a big rainbow bridge to drive on, and then you'll have to like ramp and hit another harp to keep the shortcut going. Like, it's multiple stages of a shortcut, which is kind of interesting. I haven't really seen that done in that way either. So if you miss a harp, the shortcut ends. It will just drop you right back onto the regular course. So that's kind of neat. I haven't seen anything quite like that before. So, hey, thumbs up for that, Now, it does have the Grand Prix mode, and the Grand Prix are fine. I love the Grand Prix. All that stuff was good. I always enjoy Grand Prix. And the tracks are actually pretty good. I don't think there's a single track I disliked. For the most part, almost all the tracks were pretty enjoyable, and I thought that they were all pretty well designed as well. Especially the bad guys level. I really like the bad guys level because there's actually like this ramp that you can unlock if you go through these like security scanners, and if you hit all 3 security scanners, it will unlock a different ramp. And there are collectibles on each level. There's one collectible on each level, but there's this really bizarre choice that they did. The collectible you can get for, on each level can also be picked up by the bots. So the bots can pick up the little token or whatever it's called. They can pick up the token, or they can pick up, I guess it's not a token, I guess it is just a collectible. They can pick up this collectible, and once they pick up the collectible, like, that's it. You don't get it for the rest of the race. Like, that's the only one there is, so you have to replay the entire race again if you want to get that collectible. So, don't know how I feel about that. That was an odd decision. Most games just make it so the collectible can't be picked up by the bots, but okay, fine, whatever. That was their choice, and that's what they did. I mentioned tokens. Tokens are actually a separate thing. Tokens are basically just the unique ability that each character has. Like, each character has an ability that only they can do that's unique to them, basically, and that's the whole token idea. So, like, one of the boss babies gets, like, a cell phone that they can throw and stuff like that. It's nothing special. It's nothing crazy. It's just a special power-up that they get, like, whenever they pick up a crate. It's just a chance that they can get it. So, nothing great. It's just there. Challenge mode is back in this game, just like how it is in other games that are similar to this, like Nickelodeon Kart, if you've played those games. This game is a lot like Nickelodeon Kart. So the challenge levels that you would see in Nickelodeon Kart are in this game too. And there's a lot of them. They're pretty easy to start off with until you get to the very final challenge level. The final challenge levels, I should say. Each one is broken up into sections, and you have to complete the section to basically unlock a new character. And I unlocked every character except for one, because the final character, I'll be honest, I didn't even care to really unlock. Because for some reason, they made the hardest character to unlock in the game Lord Farquaad. And when I saw this decision, I was just like, why Lord why him? Why him? Out of every character you could have had from all of DreamWorks, you pick Lord Farquaad to be like the grand prize. That was such a weird idea to me, because like, you have characters from Shark Tale that you could have used. You have characters from Monsters vs. Aliens. You have more characters from Madagascar. Why Lord Farquaad? Why him? It was so odd to me. It was such a baffling decision, and I don't like the challenge modes anyway. I didn't like them in Nickelodeon Karts, and I don't like them in DreamWorks Karts. I have never liked them. I would rather just unlock the characters through the Grand Prix rather than doing these silly challenge modes that I don't enjoy. So I didn't even bother doing the last one because I don't want Lord Farquaad. I really don't care about unlocking Lord Farquaad. I'm never going to use that character, so why even bother with it? That was such an odd decision to put him there. I really do not get that one. But it is what it is. The only other thing I can really talk about when it comes to this game is the actual kart customization. There is quite a bit of kart customization, each character has like their own select things that they can put on their kart, and you can swap out parts however you want. You can have different tires, you have different bodies for your kart, and you can have, different spoilers and stuff like that. So there is some customization in this, and it does affect the way your vehicle performs. And I never really found vehicle performance to really matter a whole lot in this game, if I'm being honest. It seemed like you could pretty much come in first place with any type of kart mixture or any character that I played as. Like, I played as almost every single character, and I never really had a problem coming in first in any of the actual just Grand Prix, or even if I didn't come in first, I was always, like, pretty close to the top, so I never really had any problems with that in the regular difficulties. Now, if you're racing on, like, I was playing on normal. If you go and you do, like, the hard cup, yeah, it's going to be a lot harder on that. And there's some serious rubber banding on the higher difficulties, I will say. Even on challenge mode, if you're trying to unlock Lord Farquaad, there's some really bad rubber banding on some of those levels. So keep that in mind. Like, rubber banding should be gone. In 2024, rubber banding should not exist. And unfortunately, I feel like it's in this game pretty bad. I wasn't sure if I was the only one who was having that problem. I had to look it up. It seems like a lot of other people have noticed that as well. A lot of other people are saying that if they feel like there's rubber banding. I also feel like there's rubber banding. So I don't know. It just feels like there's some artificial difficulty going on those higher levels. But if you play on normal mode, you'll most likely have a fine time. I didn't really have too many problems on normal mode. It felt pretty fair, and the rubber banding was very minimum. So can I recommend this game? No. Do I like this game? I like it okay. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I just think that performance is bad. I think there's some really dumb decisions. I think that they made some really bad artificial difficulty decisions in it as well. I just really like honestly, I'm saying that it's not terrible. The only reason I'm really saying that is because I like the characters, honestly. Maybe if I played this on Xbox or something, it'd be better, like something that just could handle the game better. But honestly, I don't really play a whole lot of, like, I need to play more on my Xbox, I guess. I just, I'd rather play on Switch, honestly, but it is what it is. It doesn't perform great on there. I can't recommend it. $10 is how much I picked it up for. I feel like I got my money's worth, sure, but I just can't recommend it to other people that want a good game. But thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe button down below, and I'll see you next time. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.